Yo, what is going on, Pockets? How you doing? Another day betting baseball. Wasn't too shabby for me. Yourself? I know we're both discussing a pretty ugly beat earlier, but how was the day overall?
Yeah, it took definitely my worst beat of the year with the Astros Rockies. We were just talking about that. Yeah, having the over 11 and a half felt really good after 3, 4 innings. We all know what happened after that. Houston couldn't help us. Colorado did all the work, but those kind of things are going to happen over the course of a 162 season. Overall, I did okay. I think I was a little down. The Athletics money line helped me bring some back after the two losses I took in the afternoon. But yeah, otherwise, decent day. I mean, I'm okay to be down a little bit. I had a good day yesterday, so just a little bit back. Otherwise, everything was pretty good for the most part.
Yeah, it was a solid day. Yeah, that Astros under or over was pitiful. I mean, whenever you get the Rockies to score nine and you can't hit an over, that's just incredible stuff. Baseball at its finest right there. 9 runs and you don't get over 11 and a half in Colorado, but is what it is. 4-2 overall. Shout out the Twins and Marlins tonight, getting that one done. I didn't. I should have played Oakland. We liked them. I never did. A good hit there, but yeah, some nice days the last couple of days, and short slate tomorrow. But that's fine. It's the Masters, so we'll have plenty of shit going on during the day. I wish there were more night games tomorrow, though.
Yeah,
We'll say.
I know. I love day games. It's always great, especially like that middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday. But when there's so many day games, there's limited night games, so it kind of sucks in a way. So
Yeah, I mean, and you're going up against the Masters. I mean, you're not going to win that viewership battle. So, I mean, just make them at night. Just some night. There's only 6 games. I mean, 3:30 game and then 5:30 and a night game or something. Just it's not that hard. But yeah, so there won't be much on TV that night. But regardless, got day game. So, I mean, we can't really complain. Multiple TVs, get them ready. For this one, we got Rhett Lauder and Max Meyer in Miami. Uh, Crazy game tonight. I thought Miami was going to blow it, then they reopened it up and got it done. What do you think here? I mean, Rhett Lauder, Max Meyer. Max Meyer was really good last year for a while and kind of fell off. Rhett Lauder, highly touted. This kid's looked good so far, but tomorrow, what do you think? What do you think?
yeah, I like the dog here, man. I mean, Max Meyer, I know last year he was good, and I think he will eventually turn it around. But just looking at some of his numbers, haven't really been impressed. And I still worry about this Marlins lineup. Like they've had two favorable matchups this season, and I think that's why they're 7-5 at the moment. Because just looking at their power numbers, it's pretty ugly. They haven't seen Louder. This will be their first time seeing him. I just think in a game like this that I think is a coin flip, I want to take the dog. And I got to see more from Max Meyer before I really feel confident going back to him. I know he's a first rounder. He's got the talent, third overall pick back in 2020. So obviously he's got the talent. He can turn it around at any given point. But this is still a Reds lineup who I still feel like is waiting to break out. And, maybe it's tomorrow behind their young stud pitcher Louder. So I would lean to the dog here. I just think there's more upside taking them than there is for the Marlins.
Yeah, I mean the Marlins, they look good tonight, but you got Brady Singer, and how many errors helped you out early in that one too. So a little bit of assistance there. Red Lauder, obviously better than Brady Singer. I mean, not as proven. If Brady Singer you can call as proven, but Red Lauder has got stuff. He looked good. Max Meyer, like you said, not good, but it's also not good as this is Reds offense. I mean, this season versus righties, I mean, a 266 WOBA, 102 ISO, 23.5% strikeout. So not terrible, but they're just not hitting the ball. But you got Max Meyer, that's going to be a huge plus. 46% hard hit, 14% barrel, only 28.5% a ball stay on the ground, near 500 expected slug. If they're going to do anything against righties, you would think that would maybe start tomorrow. They've been one of the worst, third worst, Woba wise, 275, a 67 WRC plus. Um, yeah, again, 23% strikeout, but they do get an 11% walk rate. So, I mean, Max Meyer, maybe that can help them out there. I mean, yeah, 16 and almost 17%. So, sorry, 12% so far. So that could help them out. Rhett Lauder, I can't really go against your logic here, taking them plus 10. It's just the offense that I really worry about. Immovable force versus impenetrable object. Is Max Meyer going to get hit up, or is this Reds offense going to stay dormant? So at plus 110, I take a stab with Cincy and Rhett Lauder. I'm with you on that one. What do we get next? I think is the who is it? Oakland. I think it's
Yep.
Oakland again.
Oakland
Yeah.
and the Yanks.
Well, you hit the well or hit out with them tonight. What you got for tomorrow?
Yeah. Let's see. Going back, I mean, Thursday games, I typically like to take the dogs. Of course, it just always depends on the matchup, but I kind of like the dog again here. I just don't truly trust Ryan Weathers. I know again he's another top pick a few years ago out of San Diego. Didn't really pan out. Got traded was with the Marlins last year. Now he's with the Yanks. 26, so he still obviously has some time to figure things out, and maybe he will. But I'm looking at some of his metrics. I mean, the strikeout percentage has been good. His whiff percentage is nice. He's 63rd percentile there. He looks like he's still struggling with the control, about 29th percentile. Expected batting average is 264 as well. So, and the ERA is about where it should be. I mean, nothing's really standing out too much from what I'm looking at here from expected ERA. Another team I'm just waiting for their offense to truly break out, and that's the Athletics. The Athletics have just been cold. I know they won tonight, a low scoring 3-2 game, thanks to their pitching showing up. Severino did not get completely blown up. It could have been ugly in the first inning, but he got out of it. As long as Jeffrey Springs can pitch a serviceable game, I like the dog again here. I mean, I haven't been a huge fan of this Yankees offense. I've talked about it. I talked about it yesterday, and looking at what they might put out there against lefty tomorrow, I don't really love it. So again, I'm looking to maybe take the dog. If you don't like the full game, you could always look at first five or even the run line. I think you could see some value there. So early in the season, I like taking some shots with these bigger dogs.
I can't argue that. I mean, Yankees versus lefties, one of the worst teams in baseball, fourth worst actually. 62 WRC plus 250 WOBA. The ISO is 130. They got a 23% strikeout rate and a 56% ground ball rate. They're not getting any air under. They're not getting anything against lefties this season. Jeff Springs, he's not Nolan Ryan, but I think he can maneuver this lineup. Wind is blowing out, but the Yankees haven't done anything versus lefties. Jeff Springs looking good. A's really haven't done anything either against lefties. It would be the A's at this price. This is a ridiculous number. Neither team can hit lefties, but you're going to give me almost 2 to 1 plus 180
Yep.
to take a stab with the A's. I got to do it. Um, I feel like they have just as good of a chance versus a lefty. And like you said, this offense can erupt. I mean, we saw what they've done. They've been a little dormant, but they can go bananas at any time. So I had to the A's or the under, but the under also scares me because the A's bullpen coming in, and we have seen this Yankees team and A's team, for a matter of fact, just go bananas at times. So slightly under. I just think the lefties keep it under control versus these two offenses, but I'll take a stab with the A's with you. I'll wait. I'll wait to get in on this, but I have a number. What are we doing? What are we
Yeah.
doing?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like this early in the season, I have absolutely no reason, or really, I don't want to take such a big favorite. And I know some of these teams do blow out these smaller teams who are big favorites at times, but it's just way too early to be laying that big of a price or even a 1.5 run line with the Yankees. I mean, this is a day game. Who knows, how they're going to show up here. Their offense looked pathetic tonight. I think they had committed 2 errors, and really, I think I heard on the broadcast. I was watching the end of the game. I didn't see most of the game, but they said the Yankees did not get a hit after the fourth inning. Ahmad Rosario got a hit in the fourth inning, and that was it. There was no more hits. The other times they got on base was because of walks.
Jeez. I didn't hear that one. That's insane. Against the A's pitching staff, maybe the
Yep,
under isn't so scary of a look after all. I mean, we the Yankees and the Dodgers, yes, they can go bananas, but we have seen them throughout the years. Just week or two stretch, they don't look like themselves, and then all of a sudden they just reawaken. But they look bad in that stretch. So maybe that was the start of the stretch tonight. They started with 2 runs and then just kind of did nothing. So we'll see what happens against Jeff Springs. But plus 180, got to take a stab with that. Also, it won't move them. This program's fighting me, but I will conquer it
it's all good.
and reign supreme here. But next is the Minnesota game. Yes,
Yep,
Minnesota. Shout out the Twins, 3-0. Those have been some nice money line dog prices
nice.
with the Twins here. But, I mean, we saw that bullpen get a little sketch towards the end of there tonight. Got really dicey. Detroit woke up and made it a game. The Twins just had just enough runs and some amazing defense in that ninth inning to end the game. Here, 130 with Flaherty, 115 with Abel. I'm not interested in either. I like an over. Yes, I know it's cold as shit. It's an AL Central game, but both the Twins have looked pretty decent. Detroit looked decent tonight. You get Mick Abel, and then this both bullpens are going to be used up a little bit here. I think it's a game we can just see some late runs with the bullpens, kind of like tonight. I don't think it's going to be 14 runs tomorrow, but I think we can see 9 or 10 runs in this game. Flaherty and Abel have shown nothing this season so far. I'm not saying the Twins in Detroit are, the Dodgers and going to score 9, 10 runs, but they've shown the ability to score runs. These two pitchers have shown nothing. And then the Twins bullpen got used up a little bit. Same with Detroit. I mean, Fromber at least limped through 5 to save him a little bit, but still used some arms last night, tonight, and now the Twins also. I like an over. Scary, cold Minnesota over. I'm guessing this is probably like 3 o'clock game or something like that. So over. If I had to, I guess it would be the Twins. I'm not laying juice with this Tigers team, but I like an over more here.
Yep, another game where I am leaning pretty strong to the dog. I haven't decided if I'm going to put this one in, but it's atop of my list as a potential official bet. I just can't bet this Tigers team right now. Their offense has been absolutely terrible. And you're getting Flaherty, man. Flaherty's been bad. I mean, look at the numbers. The metrics are bad. He's walking guys. He has no command. He's walked 4 batters in each of his 2 games. So that's a total of 8 guys. Looking at his advanced metrics, as I said, the walks have been a problem. His hard hits against him has been bad. Like just all, if you look at the Savant page, like his xERA is 8.51. Yeah, I'm good. I'm not laying 135 with a pitcher who's not doing good, and it doesn't look like the metrics are favoring him. Plus, you've got a Twins team who, yeah, they're not good. They're not at the end of the season. You're going to probably look up at the standings and see they're about close to 20 games under 500. But right now, the Twins are actually playing decent. Like they've held their own against the Tigers. You saw what they did against Framber today in the first inning. I know it was really just the first inning. That is what kind of scares me is this offense can be really bad, but I think their matchup is pretty nice tomorrow as long as Mick Abel can show up and do well, and I think he can. I think he's young, and this Tigers team hasn't seen him, so they might not have as much on him. If he can go out there and just put up 5, 6 solid innings, you just have to hope that that Twins bullpen can keep a lead if they have it. So yeah, I lean the dog. I think the dog is the more value play. I would have this closer to like 110, 115 for Detroit. I don't think they should be laying 135 right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I need to figure out why my numbers don't come out till 11 for whatever reason. The model won't refresh until then. So I don't know what I put this, but I know it wouldn't be minus 134 Detroit. I'd probably put this closer to like minus 120, minus 115. I don't see any real clear pitching advantage for Detroit, and Minnesota's been feisty. I mean, we saw Bailey Ober shove tonight. Fell apart a little bit at the end, but he was good for through 5. So I think McGable can do that here versus a sputtering offense for the Tigers. But at the end of the day, there's going to be runs. I mean, 3-2 after 5. I could see that. and then the bullpen. So let's go runs. Let's go Twins. Just nice and easy tomorrow. Let's just win 7-4. 7-4 works for me.
Perfect. That'll work.
Next, what's that?
I
That'll
would say
work.
that'll work.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'll work. Next is the White Sox game, I believe, if this will load. But yeah, who do the Royals, I believe, correct?
Looks like so the next game, yeah, it could be that one or we've got Diamondbacks Mets. Either one. White Sox
All
Royals or
right.
Diamondbacks Mets.
I know the White Sox game's coming up. This thing is oh. Anyway, what do you got for this AL Central game? The White Sox been feisty. I mean, their offense has been sweet. Kansas City's looked like shit. I know you know that.
Yeah.
You've been betting on them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. This is another team that right now I don't know if I want to try to find if their offense is going to break out because they were just shut down these last two games. What they put up a run yesterday on one hit. It was a Jensen home run. And then
First
today
inning.
they did, yeah, first inning too. And then today they pretty much were shut down by Cantillo. There's just really not much going for this Royals offense. Vinny P hasn't hit a home run yet. Bobby Witt Jr. So they're both kind of struggling out of the gate for what they're typical for. Yeah, the White Sox. I mean, they really were right there with the Orioles every game. Like I don't think they got blown out once. It was pretty much a 1 to 3 run game in each one of them. So it wasn't like they were losing by 7 to 8 runs like some people may expect them to. Now Seth Lugo, he started out really nice. He's sitting there with a 1.59 ERA. Typically has good numbers against this White Sox team. I guess I would maybe lean to like an under here. I think we could see a lower scoring game when you've got a team like the Royals who are struggling to hit. Maybe it takes them a little while to get going, and even if you like the first five, I think if you like playing first fives, I think that could be a good look too. If you don't want to really get in the way of worrying regarding the bullpens. I don't know much about this K guy. He's pitching tomorrow. Anthony K. He looks like he was a first round pick from the Mets back in 2016. Not sure how much he's going to be out there tomorrow and how effective he is, but I think I'd lean right now to an under. I just don't really trust this Royals offense, and yeah, I'm not laying that big of a price, especially for how feisty the White Sox have been.
Yeah, I mean, plus 160 the White Sox is worth a stab. I mean, Kansas City can't hit lefties. It's not like they're the worst, but they got like a where's this number here? 288 WOBA, 82 WRC plus, 27% strikeout rate. Their fly ball is at 40%. So I mean, like they are getting some decent air under it, and it is blowing out heavy tomorrow, 15 to left center. But White Sox have been scoring runs. I know they lost and didn't cover the run line in the what you call it games, the Orioles, but those runs came in the seventh, eighth inning. They just didn't hold on long enough, and for that reason, it's going to be White Sox first five. I'm not sure what that number is, but K a lefty, Kansas City struggles versus them. White Sox feisty. I mean, we know they can score some runs. Seth Lugo, a righty. That's where White Sox struggle, but I just don't see any reason to lay any juice or believe in this KC team at all. I mean, for the most part, the starting pitching held the Orioles in check too. So the way this Kansas City team is playing right now, I got no faith in them, especially to lay this big of a number with them on the money line. So yeah, it would be White Sox or nothing. Last but not least, Colorado, the Rockies, fresh off a sweep of them trash throws at to San Diego. What do you think about this? I know we've both been kind of Rocky guys this year. How do you feel about the Padres? I mean, they showed up today. Keller did his thing. The bullpen didn't show up for the Pirates, and San Diego went nuts. Now they got to fly back too. Is Colorado losing the juice? Leaving Denver, or are they going to carry it over to San Diego here?
Great question. I mean, you could argue that this is a tougher spot for the Padres. They're coming from Pittsburgh, so maybe a little bit of a tougher travel spot. East Coast time to the West Coast, played a little bit of a road trip. Now they're returning, and the Rockies. Yeah, I know this is all at Coors Field. I know they're a much better home team typically, especially on offense, than they are on the road. But for now, again, like if a dog like this is playing as well as they are, you kind of got to keep riding it, in my opinion. Especially, man, I know Vasquez has been good. Maybe I deserve to give him more credit than he's getting because I've been waiting for this guy to blow up too. Like last year, he had a good season, but his advanced metrics were just awful. And now I look at him here, and he's just, of course, he's off to a really good start. And I mean, again, not trying to rip the guy, but you just have to think that's going to come to an end at some point. And this Rockies lineup has some things going for them. And what's even crazier than that to say is the pitching's been really good too. And there's a lot of, I would say bums on this team, but maybe they figured something out. Maybe they have a new development that they know, how to pitch in cores. I don't know what it was, but holding the Astros to 1 run in 2 games is pretty impressive, if you ask me. So again, I'm riding the dog here. I don't know if I'm going to actually put it in as an official one, but I think that there's way more value with the Rockies, especially for how well they're playing. And like I said, tougher travel spot for the Padres as they return from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, traveling. I mean, both traveling. It sucks. Colorado leaving elevation early in the season. We'll see how it affects them. I mean, most of these guys are used to it, but I mean, still is a team full of young guys, so adjusting there. But yeah, a lot of AAA stadiums are actually in elevation too. So maybe they're a little bit more adjusted. That would make sense because they're the Rockies organization. So regardless, the way the Rockies are playing, they're playing really good. San Diego showed up once, well, twice that series. Flying home, the Rockies are playing with confidence. I mean, look at them today. They were making plays. Everybody's hitting. Everybody's getting on base. They're tough. They're playing with confidence right now. Chase Dollander is projected. I see. He just coming off a one earned outing against Philly at home. Four and a third, 4 hits and earned and 6 Ks. Before that, he gave up four at Toronto, but this San Diego offense doesn't scare me. Colorado's playing with confidence. I'm not laying 190 with San Diego. Randy Vasquez, as I like to call him, he's looked good this year. He kind of looked good towards the end of the stretch last year, but overall, his career has not been amazing. So if this is suddenly now who he is, just elite Nolan Ryan, Randy Vasquez, so be it. But I'll take a stab with this Rockies team given how they've been playing. It does suck they're leaving elevation, but I think they'll be fine. Also, on Kerm's show I heard last night, I think Rockies have covered the +1.5 in all but like 2 or 3 games this year. So
Wow.
laying run line differential has not been going well.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, so I was looking at while you were talking about it, Randy Vasquez, his like expected ERA. So he's got if you look at his number stats right now, 0.75 ERA. Obviously, that's great. But the xERA shows 3.58. So obviously, some regression is coming. Can't pitch like this all the time. His hard hit percentage is the 23rd percentile. So they're getting some good contact against him in his 2 games. So even out eventually. Will it happen tomorrow? We'll see. But yeah, I'm looking to play the hotter team right now, and Colorado seems to be the way they are. Again, you need good pitching on the other side, and can the Rockies give that to them again after 2 straight games of really good pitching performances? We'll have to see. But yeah, Rockies money line would be my look here if I was betting it.
Yeah, got to take a stab with it. Also, shout out Handygraphs. It's basically like Fangraphs and like Baseball Savant boiled down into one. It's amazing. I mean, they got everything here. His xFIP is also, 0.8 of a point higher. His strikeout rate's 24%. So I mean, he's not striking out at an elite rate. He's not walking guys, but that xFIP is due up. He's getting up some contact and getting backed up by defense. We'll see how it does tomorrow, but this feels like way too high of a price to one, give the Rockies the way they're playing, two, lay with the Padres the way they're playing. I don't even know if I'd put San Diego as a money line piece. I don't trust them at all. Yeah, no thanks. So it'd be Rockies for me. You said you don't bet at night, so you don't got no bets heading into overnight so far.
Right now, at the moment, I don't. I don't. I usually put games in like in the morning. I just kind of like to wait unless there's something I just absolutely like right off the bat. I'll put it in overnight. But yeah, typically I'm more of a check it out in the morning, afternoon, kind of see how the market's going and if I like how anything's changed.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Sometimes I like to do that. Sometimes I feel like I got a fire and it's going to move against me. It seems like it's about 50-50, but
Yeah,
there's more than one way to skin a cat. So
I
I
don't
guess we
think.
will end. Oh, what you got?
Did we talk? Do you want to talk about that Mets game really quick? Mets
Did we
Diamondbacks.
skip? Oh, we did skip it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the only other one that we were missing.
yeah. Good reminder. I completely spaced. What do you got for that? What's it? Eduardo and McLean. Yep,
Yes,
Mr.
yeah,
Clean.
McLean. Yeah. So we saw D-backs take today's game. So we're looking at a split, I believe. Yeah, Mets took the first, D-backs took the second. Now we're for a rubber match tomorrow. Eduardo Rodriguez has looked good to start the season. Does that continue? We'll see. I mean, tomorrow obviously will be a much tougher matchup for him. I mean, looking at the metrics, his numbers do look good. Like hard hit percentage against him, 86th percentile, ground ball percentage, 89th percentile. His fastball velo is not great. That's probably one of the weaker things on here in his strikeout percentage. But otherwise, like everything else looks fine. Like the metrics are backing up his start to the season, which is pretty impressive to say. I feel like he's been one of like the more consistent pitchers in the league that doesn't get talked about enough. McLean on the other side, really good pitcher. Obviously, we all know first rounder a couple years ago. He's been a stud since he came up to the Mets. This one's a tough one for me. This might be like the hardest game on the board to call, in my opinion, because I just don't like the way this Mets team is playing. That offense has been bad. You're just not getting any consistency with them. Now, there are some guys in this lineup who've had some pretty good numbers against Rodriguez, specifically Bo Bichette, and he hasn't started the season well, but tomorrow could be a nice matchup for him just from looking at the numbers. So, yeah, I thought this one's tough. McLean is really hard to score against, and Eduardo Rodriguez is pitching well. I was looking at this one as maybe playing an under. I'm not sure what the weather's supposed to be like. I don't have that in front of me, but the under would probably be my look here if I was going to take anything. It looks like we're sitting at 7, so a very low total. If you like the pitchers here, again, a first 5 look could be good if you want to take like these two guys to just dominate 5 innings, and then who cares? Don't put it in the bullpen's hands. Lean under, probably lean slightly to the Diamondbacks, but yeah, it's nothing super strong for me here.
Yeah, as I was looking up, I just pulled up his Savant page just to like look at the like actual metrics for Eduardo. I mean, this year, small sample size. I mean, he was throwing his four seamer 40, almost 47% last year. That's down to 28%, and his changeup is up 15%. So I mean, like his numbers look like he should kind of be due some regression, but you slide. I mean, his first pitch is per strike is under 57%, but his average exit velocity is 85%. His hard hit is 26% and a 0% barrel. I mean, he's lost the fastball. Now the numbers may not look pretty, but he's been solid and he's not giving up hard contact and keeping balls in the yard. So the way this Mets team is playing, they're pretty decent versus lefties this year, but I mean, this Arizona team, the one thing we've never really questioned is their offense. It's always the bullpen. And the Mets, it's going to be windy, wind blowing out to left field 10 plus, but it's going to be 42 degrees. Eduardo has changed the way he's kind of thrown, it seems, so far this year, some soft contact. I'm with you. I think the Mets struggle a little bit. Plus 136 seems a bit excessive to play here. Now, obviously, we got to worry about the bullpen with Arizona. So that's obviously nerve wracking, but plus 140, I don't hate it. Maybe just isolate it to first 5 just to get rid of that bullpen because if they do blow up and give up 4 in an inning, you're just sitting there like, I knew it. I knew it. So I'll isolate this one to first 5 too, actually, with Erod and the Snakes against McLean. Yes, Mr. Clean has been solid, but I'll take a stab with Eduardo's new pitch mix here and this Arizona offense. Well, that's all the games. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Did miss the one, but anything else you got to add? Is there anything? Excuse me. You got for Masters tomorrow? Who you got a ticket out there? Obviously. I mean, you got a bet on it. So who do you got?
Actually, I don't. I don't bet too much golf. I'll probably throw something in just because I it's like you said, it's the Masters. I'll probably roll with who's the guy I was thinking. Hold on. Victor Holland. I was looking at him
Oof.
to win it. Yeah, he's an Oklahoma State guy. That's where I went. He's probably one of the better golfers in the last few years coming out of there. So I think for those little reasons, just take a shot with him. Maybe not the most popular guy out there on the board to be taking, but take a shot with him. See what happens. But yeah, I very rarely bet on golf, but because it's the Masters, I'll throw a little shot on it just for some fun.
Yeah. I mean, I watch NASCAR a little bit, but I don't bet every week. But the Daytona 500 and stuff, I got to throw a little bit of coin on. I don't follow. I mean, I watch golf. I don't follow it. Like I have my guy Max Homa, but I don't follow it and know how to bet. But my guy Max Hoffmeyer on Twitter, the college basketball legend, he's on Xander Schauffele and Fitzpatrick, and I'm tailing him. So I'll put a little bit in on Homa, and then I'll have Xander and Fitzpatrick. Hopefully, one of us is coming up big on Sunday. But that'll do it. T Pockets, we'll tell them where they can find you, and yeah, I guess we'll be back at it tomorrow night, probably around the same time. I'll say 9:30. It'll probably be closer to 10ish.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, slow slate tomorrow. Like you said, 6 games, I believe it is.
Yep,
So be smart. If you don't like anything, we'll have plenty of games over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, full series going. But yeah, good luck, everybody. Thanks for watching the show. And you can find me on Twitter at Deep Pockets. You'll find me there. And of course, any official bets are posted on my page throughout the season.
perfect. Yeah, there it is. Nice short and sweet slate tomorrow. Let's cast some bets, and we'll be back for the Friday one. Everyone,
Yes, sir.
have a good night. Take it easy.